Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're testing, testing. Bum, 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 ba-da. We are testing. Hello. Oh gosh, our audio is like gonna be all crap, isn't it? Okay. Well, wait. I don't have any kind of filters on my audio right now, so we don't know how this is actually gonna play out. Hey, 1, 2, 3. We're testing, testing. Hmm. All right. So. Gotta make sure I'm not showing too much right now before I start figuring out how the crap I do a lot of this stuff. Alright, let's add a scene. We're gonna call the scene desktop. We're gonna add a video capture. Yeah, sure. Video capture device. Let's see if this actually works. How do I look? I don't know how I look. You guys will see. Oh, you guys get to see scary looking me. Haha. Give me 1 second as I try to figure this thing out. There we go. Booyah. Nice and solid. Auto white balance, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're good, right? What's in my background? Oh, I got like all my magic stuff because I went and played magic last night. Alrighty, well, I guess we got little me in the corner. We'll throw that somewhere, like over here or something. Did that? Wait, it just went away. Why did it go away? I don't know. Alright, whatever. Screen capture. Yeah. Oh gosh. We want to do screen capture full screen. We want this one. Alrighty. Scale that down a whole bunch. Oh, I didn't put the one thing off to the side. Alright, booyah. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Alright, we have really crappy audio. Yeah, we got really crappy audio, but hey, it works. Let me switch this to live so I can actually hear myself or something like that. Testing? Yeah, we got really crappy audio, but hey, it works. Let me switch this to live so I can actually hear myself or something like that. Is it just me or like, are we really not streaming 1080 by 1080? Like that. Is it just me or like, are we not streaming? Okay, no, it works. It works. All right. Here, I'm gonna turn off the desktop audio so there's no like like I don't know going back. Coolio. All right, we are live on YouTube. We have really crappy audio. Sorry about that. Actually, I might switch that. Let's switch that. Let's just switch it to my condenser mic and see if that sounds okay on whatever you call this freaking system. I'm on Linux right now. Yes, Linux. I'll explain my journey. Testing, testing. Okay. Well, this sounds. Wait, actually, I don't know if that's actually exactly how that's supposed to sound. Wait, I'm so confused. What point is what's supposed to work? I don't. All right. This is working, but there is no filtering going on whatsoever. It still doesn't sound that bad though. Like it's just a teensy bit of background noise, you know, there's like a sound, you know, not much. let's see. Is there filters we could apply in this? Maybe like not a noise gate, noise suppression? Yeah. Okay. How does this sound, guys? Does it sound good? Does it sound good? Everything's all dandy and fine? Something like that? I don't know. I think it sounds great. Okay. I'm gonna pull up a light so I can have like a little bit of lighting that's decent-ish, even though I don't. I miss my old setup where I actually had lighting that worked really well, but I tore it all down because I'm like, whatever. I was getting blinded and I don't want lights blinding me all the time. All right. That doesn't even do squat. We're gonna go without lighting, or maybe I'll turn my overhead lighting on. It doesn't light up my face that much, but whatever. Okay, we are live. I have OBS working. We're on Linux, so yeah, that's a thing. Okay, let's explain this. Actually, can I need like. It works. Oh my gosh, this was not working in Ubuntu, where I could just like Alt and then tab, and it like automatically adjusts my stuff or whatever. But that works, so I'm happy. Okay, cool. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Omega Given here. So, I haven't live streamed in forever or put any tutorials or videos out because, well, one, I was busy doing some stuff in my personal life that I will not disclose. And then two, I was playing on Linux for the past month. Yes, I was kind of committed to this whole ordeal of like, hey, I want to get off of Windows, stop like being tied to Windows only, because at my job we're now using Mac, and I'm like, oh crap, Mac. You know, if I'm gonna learn Mac, I might as well learn like another software as well at the same time, right? Multi-learning. I'm gonna learn all of the softwares. So I went ahead and installed Linux Ubuntu, and I hated it. Oh gosh. So Linux Ubuntu, when I installed it, I was like, okay, it's the Mac look. It has the bar, the dashboard, like the two things, which makes no sense in my mind. I think that's the stupidest thing ever, to have a bar and a dashboard when they both can be combined into the same thing. That's why I like the Windows look. So but I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. I altered it a bunch, so edited a little bit of like what it looks like, and just gave it a try. Tried to install some gaming, and it was like, eh. Try to do some projects, and I kind of found that a lot of the stuff that I was using just had so much manual tweaking. Like for some reason, the Ubuntu version that I was using just needed so much manual tweaking for it to work. And I'm like, this sucks. I hate the look of it. The look just didn't sit right, and I couldn't get the GNOME looks to look right. You have to do so much tweaking and everything. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to switch to something that's similar. It is still Ubuntu, but it's going to be Mint. I'm going to switch to Linux Mint. So I went and installed Linux Mint. I actually enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I actually got a lot of things working. Installed all of my stuff that I kind of did, and just it worked pretty well. But gaming sucked. When I was opening up Helldivers or some other game that I wanted to play, I had lost screen tearing. The compositor, so apparently I learned a little bit. This is gonna probably be like way high, like low level, or not low level, high level. Technically in computer science, high level is like the the very vague understanding of stuff. My vague understanding is that you have Linux OS, right? And then Linux OS has a desktop environment, and that desktop environment has a compositor. So it's like the three-stack system. And then when you're playing on video games, and I'm on a 3-monitor setup, when you have your compositor, it's like, oh, you want to put a game on your one monitor? Well, we got to composite that with all the other like Windows and stuff that you're running, and it's just apparently Linux is just really bad at handling that sometimes. So that's why it goes screen tearing. There's a lot of jittering, even though it's jittering at 90 frames per second. So that kind of sucks. So I was just fed up with it. I'm like, you know what? I don't care about this instance of Linux if it's just not going to work. I wanted to do Linux 100%, meaning I want to be able to game on Linux, and it was not working. And also, I couldn't get my GPU pass-through. Still need to do that on this system that I'm on right now. But with that said, actually, should I here? Wait a second. Give me a second. Let me add the whatever instance here again to. Oh, what the frick is with this thing?
Like is not working. It works right here, but not right here, right? I don't know. You know what? We'll just stay in the corner. We'll be in the corner. Yeah, I'm gonna send to my corner. Okay, so I couldn't get Linux to flipping work. So here, I need to delete this thing. It's making my camera spaz out. Okay, all right. So Linux Mint wasn't working. So I went ahead and just be like, you know what? Screw it. Throw it to the side. I don't care about it. And then I went ahead and made a flash drive right here with 3 systems on it because I'm like, I just found some kind of tool from some dude where you can actually install multiple OS on a single flash drive, so you don't have to like keep reinstalling a new one on the same flash drive over and over again if you want to switch systems. So I put Arch Linux on here. I put Mint on here too, just because it's small, and I actually might go back to it depending. Or it did work. I think if I did enough tweaking, it probably would have worked out. And then finally, I ended up on Bazzite. I put Bazzite on here, which is a Fedora-based Linux distribution. So I did that. I opened it up from my flash drive, and I'm like, okay, let's just dive down the very deep rabbit hole of Arch Linux. So I booted an Arch Linux installer thing up. It basically just boots up the command line, and you just have to follow the instructions. And all of those instructions are in the command line, and I'm like, this is too much for me. I don't feel like doing 100% command line install kind of stuff. That was a little too scary. I want a graphical interface right off the bat. So I kind of fled from Arch Linux, even though I did see the value, and I actually do think I will go to Arch Linux one day. Or give it a try one day. So I fled from that. Then I tried Bazzite. Bazzite wasn't working too well because I was doing the text installer, and that was not how you should be doing it. You should actually do it through the normal installer, or you should do it through the boot Bazzite from this and then install from that boot. So that's kind of like what you should be doing. And I did that, and then it worked perfectly. So the Bazzite version I put on this actually is meant specifically for my machine, basically, aka when you go on the website, you can kind of just pick what you want. Like, which do you want? Plasma KDE? Do you want NVIDIA drivers? It kind of like gives all that stuff and puts it all in the thing for you. So it worked right off the bat. Literally, I installed it, opened it up, installed a video game. The video game played perfectly. Better than Windows. Yes. Because apparently Helldivers 2 on my computer works at like 80 to 90 frames per second on Linux, but only works at 60 frames per second on Windows. Interesting stuff. But it worked perfectly, and I love it. And also the installer stuff. So just a little background on Linux is oftentimes you'll want to do like install or app or sudo apt-get or app install and then blah blah blah. So that's basically something that you want to do all the time, right? But apparently, yeah, apt install, or that's not a Fedora Linux way. That's not the way of Fedora Linux. And I will say, Fedora Linux has the crappiest guides out there, or they have not been exposed to AI to be able to find those guides. So there is some issues with Fedora Linux or Bazzite. Fedora, they're the same thing. Bazzite's built on Fedora. It's just Bazzite's just a graphical interface that makes it look better. Okay, but it does have a few quirks that I'm still trying to work through. That's why you have I have a terminal up here. Actually, can we increase the size of this terminal? How do you increase the size of this terminal so you guys can actually see it? There we go. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know. We got stuff. All right, so today, why I actually booted up is because I kind of wanted to tell that journey. I also wanted to tell a cool idea I had, it might have already been out there, but something I've rediscovered from the community, which is actually let me pull it up here on the side so I get it. It's basically going to be my rules and methodologies. Actually, let me increase my size. I'm going to increase my, yeah, there we go. The rules and methodologies to installing operating systems. Because, I went through 3 I'm on my 3rd, I guess if you include Windows 4th. I'm on my 4th operating system in the past month of just working through it and trying to get it to work how I want it to work. And when you're moving around between operating systems on your main computer, literally this system is installed on my 4 terabyte drive, the whole thing. But I do have another 3 terabytes of SSDs and another 4 gigs or 4 terabytes of like hard drives on my computer. I got a lot of drives on my computer, but like with the combination of all of that, I learned some really important things. One is store all persistent files on a separate drive or partition if you want to do partitions than your actual Linux system. That makes it so that whenever you install a Linux system on a drive/partition, it will never overwrite those things unless you tell it to. So don't do that. But yeah, so that makes it so it's so much easier to just literally be like, oh, I want to keep all of my files, everything, over here on this hard drive or SSD, solid state drive, and basically install a new system, and I can literally just pull it from that drive or that partition. So much easier. So that's like something. So store all your persistent files. That whether that being like all your documents, your videos, your music, whatever you're ever using. That way, your main drive, the only thing it ever actually has on it is basically the actual installs of the applications themselves. Like and that's where step 2 here comes in. Keep a running document of all of the installs you ever do in a system, and or applications you ever run, and maybe the instructions to it, like maybe like type in like what you did to do that. That way, when you start a new system, you can copy and paste it over, especially if you have it automated as a script, and it works just fine. Let me actually look at this. Is this document exposing anything private? It is not. I'll show you mine. This is my document right here. I'm still working on. So basically, I got all the Flatpak installs I already did. Basically, I don't install anything from, since I'm using Linux and I want to make this like repeatable, I don't install anything manually from the UI, like their install UI stuff. So I did it all via Flatpak, which is their install thing. So like Flatpak or whatever, you can basically, oh, what? No command specified? Oh yeah, because it needs something. So you can do Flatpak install, FlatHub. So this is like from their software thing, and then what you want installed. So basically, I installed all of these things. I use OBS, I use Discord, I use stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff. And actually, it's kind of funny. I used this QTorrent to download Arch Linux. So that was like my first time torrenting a Linux distribution. That's kind of fun. I don't know. Peer-to-peer technology is kind of cool. I actually kind of want to do peer-to-peer technology with my friend now, just because it's like, why don't I create a magnet link and then he actually installs stuff from me? Kind of cool idea. All right, but okay, so you got a bunch of that stuff. I learned how to install Ollama. Actually, is Ollama even working? I don't have Ollama quite booted up on this computer yet. I've been still trying to figure out a couple things with this. Here, let me actually Ollama. Let's see if we can get Ollama installed on this computer, or a model of Ollama. I oftentimes like, what is it called? Quencoder? No, DeepSeek. Yeah, DeepSeek Coder V2. That one. I like this one. This version of it. All right, so Ollama pull that. Could not connect to Ollama. Ollama serve. Okay, that should be running in the background. Let me maybe start a new instance. Ollama. Oh, that one. There we go. Booyah. All right. So we got Ollama now installing a new thing. All right. Actually, that Ollama did work. So I can go back to my doc and actually say that it did work. So I installed this. That's how you install Ollama or the Ollama SH. Wait, is this all the, I don't know if I actually installed this all correctly. I don't know if I installed that correctly, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Where was I? Gosh, I got this sidetracked. This is what happens when I'm like downloading tons of stuff. I'm trying to get sidetracked. Okay. So we, oh yeah, I was kind of going through my methodology that I have written down here. So basically, keep a running document of all your installs, aka what's above this / that I'm in right now. I'm trying to like, oftentimes I actually flip my video so I can just point at something and I know I'm pointing at something. So if I'm pointing at this, it points at the, oh yeah, it is right, because if I'm pointing at that on the screen, No, it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm pointing at the. Okay. See, this is me. Sorry, I get like sidetracked so quick. I gotta transform this now. Wait, can I not transform it? Transform. Transformers! Alright, flip horizontal. There we go. That way I can point over here and be like, I'm pointing at my script on the screen. Or, oh, I'm pointing at my other script on the screen. Stuff like that. Then I can point in the right direction. Alright, okay. Sorry, sidetracked. Alright, so keep running persistent doc. Then, I just learned something very, very awesome. Password managers. I have admitted defeat. I think password managers are amazing. Why? Is because when I install a password manager and I put all my passwords on it, I can then just install that password manager on what said device or whatever device I need, and whichever thing I use, it works with the password manager. Like if I want to, like if I wanted to use a different browser, and then I use my password manager, it just pulls passwords in. That's amazing, I thought. I'm like, okay, so I've finally switched to password manager. And password managers, you can put authentication tokens in them too. That is so awesome. Because that's something that at my last job that I hated, is every single time I had to log in, you have to get a authentication, like those like rolling authentication keys. So I have to pull my phone out and get the authentication key, enter it in, and it was just a pain in the butt to switch off my keyboard to my phone, back to my keyboard. But with a password manager on your machine itself, you can actually get your authentication tokens right there in your machine. So much easier. There is a little security flaw in that I do think you need to get authentication token to open your password manager, so so it's actually secure, like all your passwords are secure, because that's kind of scary if people could just like get on your computer, open up your if they know your password, get on your password manager and then get everything, whether it be if you store your bank details in there. Or I would actually say you should memorize your bank details. Don't actually put that down in anything that people can access unless it's like on a drive, like an external drive somewhere else. But yeah, so yeah, password manager, that's super awesome. And then finally, I am still working through this thing that I've kind of been doing, but bookmarks. So that's another, like, I would imagine 50% of most people's functions, if it's not gaming, on their computer is done through browsers, meaning you're using bookmarks a bunch. So you could sync, like download whatever browser you're doing, like you're using, and sync your bookmarks from that browser, or you make it even more dynamic than that. So I'm a person that actually switches between a lot of browsers because I need to do different instances of browsers, because so I need to log in to the same, like as two different users of the same thing to test a bunch of stuff. So I actually developed a system. I don't know. I kind of copied from AI a system in which. Here, actually, I need to look at something really quick before I show you guys. Make sure it's not like exposing anything weird. Okay, it's not exposing anything. So I developed a system in which, let me open a folder. Let me open my projects folder, which shouldn't have anything. Let's save those two files. Yeah, this. All right, so I developed this Flask server thing, or this Flask script above me, that basically makes it so whenever I type in my browser 0.0.0 / and then a shortcut, it will take me to that said shortcut. It is actually really cool. And this works in any browser. So let's do this by example. So first I need to start this thing. So I'm going to do Python, what am I in? Web alias. And then, web alias / and then local Flask server. So it runs it. Oh, permission denied. Do I need to sudo this? Sudo. Booyah! Alright, so this is a really cool feature. So if I run this, so I have that server running in the top left here, and then I go to say some x random browser, I can just do go / okay, just a little preface. So that go / how that works is you got to open up your local system's host name thing. Like it's basically where in the system it knows localhost. So if you ever did any kind of browser stuff, if you type in localhost at the top, it basically puts your 0.0.0 kind of thing in there or something like that in there. That's what it does. But I actually made it so there's another alias, and the other alias would be go. So I do go slash, and then if I want to go to YouTube, I just do YouTube, and then it takes me to frick. 1 second. Why did that go through an issue? File not found. It couldn't access my file. Wait, what? 1 second, 1 second. I can't have you guys seen my shortcuts because there are some privatized shortcuts on there. Go slash. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, okay. Well, we got issues, guys. You gotta love it. Literally, I rebooted my system, then started up the stream, and upon reboot, it just failed. Actually, wait, okay, it didn't work with my aliases either. Oh, gosh darn it. You gotta love it when, like, you try to do something, you try to show it to people, and it just fails. Just horribly fails. Okay, so when I do sudo python, why don't that work? Oi, computer, why you no working? Let me look at my install doc. Okay, I did a sudo. It's not here. Wait, what? I thought I put it here. I mean, I think it's because I haven't nailed this down quite yet. Let's just do history here. Because luckily this kind of keeps history to history a little bit, so you can kind of see how you run stuff. Yeah, see, I did sudo python. Ah, that's why. I need to have the full directory. Got it. Let me add that to my instructions over here. See, this is why you keep an instruction sheet. That way you can kind of come back to it and just, you know, work at it and just figure things out. So we're gonna add that to our instruction sheet. Where's my instructions? So I was trying to do a Minecraft server, not working. Gotta figure that out soon. But okay, that's my instruction for running the whatever thing. So come on, run. Now it should work because it knows exactly what directory it's in, and it should just simply work because it knows the actual full path directory. So if we pull this over, if I go slash YouTube, oops, if I could spell. What? Okay, never mind, guys. Apparently this thing does not like me. Why is it not working? I literally had this working before I rebooted my computer. I guess this is the issue of Linux. Except for every single time I go through one of these like little sessions of things not working the way it should, I learn just a little bit more, making me much more expert. Here, let me go with the history yet again. See, you can see my reboot right there, right? Right? Sudo python, and I did that. Sudo python, then I did my thing. It not working though. Is it something to do with me not being in that directory? Let me try this again. Sudo that. And then let me pull up a browser of some sort. Also, how's everyone's days doing? Go slash YouTube. Come on, work for me. It works! Hallelujah, it worked. Sweet. Okay, so go slash YouTube worked. Here, let me edit my shortcuts file. Actually, I can't remember. Hey, get away. I don't want to deal with you right now. Sorry, guys. I'm not abusing my dog. I'm just trying to work with this stuff right here. I'll give her attention afterwards. All right. Let me delete a bunch of stuff that I don't want on the internet. I'll put it in a different file somewhere else, I guess. Give me a second, guys. This is the boring part of the stream where I have to go and make sure I clean up some stuff. Ah, crap. Virtual Studio Code. Apparently I'm doing everything in Virtual Studio Code today. All right, now I can show it. Okay, so Control S. So this is basically how I have it structured in my script here. Let me shrink my screen down a little bit so you can see. Woo, I'm teeny over here. Okay. Okay, so how I have this thing working. Number one, just nice. Just started learning Linux myself. Not easy. Yeah. It definitely is not easy, but it's fun. It's a fun idea if you like tinkering. So, okay, right here on my Flask server, my Flask service. I don't like to say server. Server is a physical device. On my Flask service, aka a program that is running on a server, or is running on my computer, which is my server, I guess my local server, I guess, quote unquote. It basically references this shortcuts.json file. That way I can put stuff in here. So I just took away a bunch of my stuff so I don't, expose things. So let's add something really quick. What's a website we can add? Let's add the JSON. You have to have a comma after stuff. Let's add Minecraft. Why not? Minecraft.net. I don't know. Just add that and just like say if whenever I type in Minecraft, it works. Like boom. I don't know, something like that. I'm just kind of trying to make it look nice. Okay, so if I Control S that, and then if I go to my browser, I can do go/Minecraft, and it works. Oh wait, no, it didn't work. Wait. I think it's because I need to get I need to type in like the full HTTPS kind of thing. Actually, is Minecraft.net not .net anymore? I think it used to be .net, right? Am I just wrong about that? Does anybody know? Anybody know? You wanna help me? Go/Minecraft. There we go. Yeah, just the HTTPS. It didn't autocorrect and everything. So yeah, it just redirects you. Booyah. So see, you can just it makes it so if you memorize all of your aliases basically, which you will, everyone always basically does do that. You can basically do whatever you need. And then if you can't do anything, you can just do go/ and then just whatever, and it takes you to your shortcuts not found page, which I have in here. That's what this is. This HTML. It's like if it doesn't find the alias that you're trying to look for, display your shortcuts file. Basically, that's basically what it's doing. So yeah, that's just and then you can actually click on it from here, so you can go to your said location. So yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Right? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I think it's cool. All right, but that was my number 4. So let's go back and review because it looks like a lot of people just hopped in my live stream. What the flip is everyone doing here? I don't know. I was streaming to nobody, and now we're streaming to 5 people at least. Okay, so let's go back over a little bit of my theologies. So if you ever want to do what I've been doing for the past month, basically move all of your persistent files that you never want deleted into a different drive or partition if you don't have multiple drives. And so that's completely separate. When you install a thing, just don't infringe on that partition if it is a partition. To do that, number 2, keep a running document of everything that you do install on your system, like how I have here. This is all my running document of stuff. This is like all the things I've ever installed and used. Actually, it's Visual Studio. Oh no, Visual Studio is in here. Okay, but like I have all of those in there, so that way you can easily just copy and paste it, especially if you copy it or into your doc as a command. So I have them all as Flatpak commands up there. I can literally just copy paste. Booyah! I literally can get my Badzite. I'm on Badzite, Linux, Fedora Badzite, or whatever. So that's basically I can just like install it and get it up within an hour. So that's like super nice. So do that. Keep a running document. Install a password manager. That way you don't ever have to worry about moving or syncing passwords between devices or on any kind of software or anything, because the Password Manager will manage all of that for you. Of course, there is some security things in there. You got to make sure you understand how password managers work and all that stuff to make sure you keep all your passwords safe. And then 4, have a bookmark service like I have. That's what this service I'm running right here is, so that you can basically never have to use bookmarks again, and you can use any browser. Like I was using Brave. I use Brave. That's my thing. But I think, don't I have Firefox? Let me open up Firefox. But it works the same thing in Firefox. I can literally just do go/ and then my YouTube, and it takes me to YouTube. Like the same thing. So it really doesn't matter what service you're on. It works the same. Except for it's being a pain right now. Why did it do that? I think Firefox doesn't recognize that Go, or does Firefox just suck? Apparently Firefox just sucks. Gosh darn it. Firefox, you suck. Go slash blah 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 should take me to, not Google it. It shouldn't Google it. Gosh freaking darn. No. Okay, Firefox is a pain apparently because it recognizes that Go and it thinks that you're trying to Google, and I don't want to Google. Also, I want to use DuckDuckGo. I'm trying to like cut out a lot of stuff in my life that is like tied to big companies. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Also, why is it just not working? Okay, I don't know. That's I think I know why. It's probably I need to do like actions. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Apparently, Firefox sucks. I don't like this at all. It should recognize that as a alias. I don't want to search with either of these things. I want it to literally use the alias itself. Fine, screw it. All right. This is why we don't use Firefox. Don't use Firefox, people. You can still type localhost / and then it'll work because I have it set up to actually I gotta show it just because I gotta prove that I know what I'm doing. Localhost / blah blah blah. It takes you there. For some reason, it's not recognizing Go, and I think that specifically Firefox thinks that Go is a Google command of some sort. Oh, you gotta love freaking people thinking they're smarter than you. I thought that's what Linux is all about. It's all about you doing it, not somebody else doing it. You do it yourself. You fix it yourself. You do it all yourself. All right, so yeah, I think that's the 4 pillars of making modular system where you can basically be up and running on a new system instantly. Super awesome. Okay, what do we do, guys? What do we do? I feel like I just wanted to go over that just so I can catch it on camera, even though it's kind of really crappily done on camera. Okay, I gotta tell you some downfalls of right now. So this Linux system that I'm on right now is actually the best one yet. So just recap, I tried Ubuntu, hated it. Linux, liked it, but it was having a lot of issues with gaming. And then Arch Linux, I booted it up and then fled away because I'm like, I was not prepared for Arch Linux quite yet. Then I'm on Bazzite. And Bazzite, I freaking love. It works right out of the box. I was able to game 4K, 90 frames per second on Helldivers 2. No screen tearing, no nothing. Beautiful. It looked beautiful. So I love that. So yeah, that's my journey. But downsides of Bazzite specifically is all of the Debian-based installs or all the Debian-based like things that I kind of did with my Linux system, my Mint system, do not work. And it doesn't have Docker. Yeah, Bazzite doesn't have Docker. It kind of does. Actually, kind of does. I just need to figure out how to use it. Let me clarify that a little bit. So I'm a big Docker guy because what I do, or what I was doing on my other Linux installs when I was doing stuff, is I would basically put, or I'd install Docker, and then I'd run these 2 services you see here. These 2 services would run in a Docker upon startup of my machine. I'm still trying to get there. I'm not quite there yet. I'm trying to figure out how I can get this to start up when my machine starts up. And so far it's not done that. And I can't figure out how to do it. It's just sucking. I don't know why. It's just sucking. I don't know what to do. Because Bazzite doesn't let you do a few things because it's kind of like Linux for Dummies. It kind of puts a big like shield around sudo, like the root user stuff. So if that shield makes it so you can't ruin things, you do it all via the user, like the user profile. But the thing is, when I start up my user profile, I want to run things, and if you have a big shield there, it makes it so I can't run things that I want to run right off the bat. Like I want to run my Ollama instance like right when my server starts up. That way I can literally just go to the command line and type in AI stuff, and it just searches AI. Or I want my cool bookmark service. So we got to figure that out. And guess what? There's no tutorials online for it. It sucks. I don't know. Like, I look up on YouTube and I can't find anyone that's like how to have scripts run on startup on Bazzite. I need that. That is the like quote unquote thing I need to be done. So I'm gonna figure out, and I'm gonna make that tutorial because apparently this sucks. Also, I don't know. Maybe I think that's what we're gonna do right here now. I think we're gonna try to figure this out, guys. So like, if you wanna leave, go ahead and leave. But I think right now here on, we're gonna figure this thing out. We need to have on startup it runs a script or service in the background. So like this needs to run in the background, but it's not. Oftentimes on Linux, if you want to run something in the background, you can do this and the and button, and it works. But look at that. See, this and it doesn't work. So it's kind of being annoying. All right, so yeah, we need to figure out how we're gonna get this to work. So let's just ask AI a bit, and see if AI can help us with stuff. We're gonna create a new page. Create a new page. All right. Oh wait, what is this? Oh wait, that's not it. Just new prompt. New prompt. Okay. Let's tell the AI what we want to do and see if it gives us an actual response that helps us. I want to have a few commands / Python scripts scripts that start upon logging into my Linux Bazzite Fedora. I'm just gonna put that in the thing because it's the thing. Operating system. How might I do this said thing? Let's see if AI can help us do this thing, because I really want to figure out how the frick we do this. Because yeah, Fedora basic commands, Fedora user management, running applications. Oh, hello! Look at this. Actually, wait, is this? Can I like? Wait, what the frick? That's cool. They have like, here, let me like increase the size of this. They have like a player, like a little mini player of how to do something in the AI thing. You know what? Google or Microsoft, wherever your names are called, you are getting there. You got one problem though. You can't expand the screen that easily. Like, what? Okay, another problem is it doesn't work that well. That's probably because I'm using a VPN. I use VPNs, and so yeah. And apparently your X button doesn't look right. All right, let's see. All right, so method 1, use the bash profiler bash blah blah blah. For commands that should run when a user logs into the shell, including SSH or terminal login. Ooh. Add the commands to your script here. Interesting. Auto start in GUI. I don't necessarily want my stuff to auto start in a GUI. I want it to run background, because then I basically, once you get good enough at like command line stuff, you're only gonna move these things off the screen to another page. And then Control Shift new. All right. So when you get new things that you want to do, list of available commands. I've never actually read this. Yeah, okay. But you kind of just like learn to just be like ps ugs, and like you like look at all the services on your computer, and then if you want to look at all the services on your computer and you want to grep for certain things, you can just be like, I don't know, I can just like grep for like certain things, and like there's no alias service that's running, so it's like I want to make an alias service that makes it so when I type in the keyword H, it runs my thing. Oh, I just realized that my device, or this was not locked to the screen. Sorry, you might have not seen the bottom. So if I type in H, it should show up history rather than having to type history. Like that's a pain in the butt to have to type history. I hate that. So like I want to install all my aliases I use across all my machines. Basically, it just helps it make it easier and stuff. So we have method 1. I like this method 1 if that's actually how that works. Then we have system-wide startup using systemd. I wanted this to work. I actually made a couple systemds. Systemds. All right, and it was not working. So we for one, I want to see if where my system stuff is. So what you can do is systemd, and then, or wait, can I just do? Did I type that in? Systemd. Why is it not working? Oh, it's system. No, sorry. System control. That's actually what it is. Yeah, so this is all the services on your computer that runs whenever your computer runs and stuff like that. So basically you want to create a new service and add it to the startup list. So look at that. So you see right there, that red right here. Actually, I don't know what that red means. Why does that red mean? It might mean that it's not enabled. Wait, can I like? So that web redirect service, that is my actual my bookmark script that I've been showing off. So what you can do is system that, and then you can grep. So grep is basically how you can filter things down by like words. So if I want to filter down by my web thing, it'll show my web service. Load failed, local Flask web direct. So, oh, that's what the red means. The red means that it tried to run it, but it failed. So we need to see why it failed. So that's actually why it's not working apparently. But let's actually Vim it or nano it really quick, I believe. Or system control web dash redirect dot service. Can I just like do that? What's all those system control commands? System control commands. 26 for system. Yeah, I just want to see what like a list of commands so I can understand what's going on. You can restart a service. Change default UI. No. Switch rescue. I want to see what the logs are. That's like what I'm kind of wondering about. System. Let's do. Oh wait, whoops. Redirect that service. I want to start this and see if this will inline show me stuff. Did it work? 1 second. It's probably not going to work now. Actually, let me shut down my one. Yeah, I just shut down my one thing. What do you call it? I shut down my one service because it might overlap on top of each other because they're using the same ports. Crap. Wait, what am I'm trying to do system control. I want to see if it ran. Aliases is dead still. Web redirect failed still. Okay, how do we need to see confirm active status, enabled status, service with analyze. Is that what it display service start times? How to or let's just use Microsoft, the Copilot. It knows we're trying to do something. Okay, looks like my services are failing. How do I see the logs? Come on, AI, help me out here. Search the internet, give me what I need. I also need to get Ollama running too. I need an Ollama instance serving up. Use the command to inspect the logs for a particular service. Journal. Interesting. Okay. Is that an actual thing in here? Journal. Wait, what was it? Let me just see if this is even a command. It is a command. Whoops. Journal dash or journal CTL control. I'm guessing that's what that's called. CTL and then dash U dash web. What did I even call this thing? Web redirect. Dot service. I swear I typed it wrong. Web redirect. Dot service. All right, let's see. What's the issues? Tell me the stories. looks like, okay, so web started up, failed to start up, permission denied. All right, well that would explain it. Just permission denied. Looks like my services are failing because it's permission denied. How do I let it run with elevated permissions? Yeah, I want this to run like when my service runs, so it's like I'm basically committing this to like a root folder to be like you do this. You should do this. Oh, you run it as root. I see. No wonder. Okay, let's try this then. We're going to nano. I don't know where I save my services. I'm gonna guess it's this etc.systemd then system slash and then it's web redirect dot service. Yeah, there we are. See, I'm running as user when it's a sudo command. Where is the sudo command? I want to run it as root. Do I need to run this as a sudo? I might need to run this as a sudo. We can actually test this though, so. Excuse me. Permission denied. Screw that. Sudo that. All right. There we go. All right, we have saved it. Now, let's see if this works. System control, start, service. You shouldn't be. Wait a minute. Warning, the file unit source run reload to reload units. Okay, yes, this okay, fine. System control daemon. Who's daemon? Reload. Come on. Now let's do this again. We didn't get a warning that time. Is it running? Go / Minecraft. No, it's not running. Or wait. Yeah, it's not running. We're looking for a service. We're looking for a service. Yeah, it's still red. All right, we gotta figure this thing out. What am I doing? What am I doing? We needed the journal. Show me the journal. What was the most recent run? Is down the most recent run or is it end the most recent run? What's today? Today 12th. Today's the 12th. 12/26. Failed to start local. Permission denied. Why is it permission denying? Spawning Python 3 permission denied. I wonder if it's because my command is kind of just meh. Here, let's go re-edit this file. We're gonna clean this up a little bit. Let's delete this and just do Python. It might just work with just Python and then that web service because that's basically what we were running. We were running sudo. I'm kind of leaving it open-ended right now just because I don't know if it's going to like actually like work as such. So we're gonna daemon reload after we or wait. Yeah, reload. All right, and then we are going to run it again. Did I? Here, what's the status command? Do we system control status? Web the redirect service failed. Why? Failed status since blah blah blah. Does it show the fail command in here? Failed. Start repeated too quickly. Failed to start web redirect service. Scheduled reason. Wait, what? But why did you fail? Am I just exit code 209? Don't know why it's failing. I think this is a different fail though. It's failing for a different reason, which is good. Okay, how do you shift? Is it shift G? Okay, good. Shift G takes you to the bottom. It is the same as some of the other stuff. All right, see, so look at that. See, it did run Wait, did it run differently? Did it indeed run? No, it is still permission denied. Because I'm looking at basically right here, this system D, like at the 1028 section. So it's like failed to startup, standard certificates, permission denied. Wow. Do I need to enable it again? Like, is that something I gotta do? It looks like that's what the AI is kind of telling me I should do. Or maybe I need to like sudo this. Or sudo the, not this one. Sudo the start. Let me sudo the start. Oops. Nope. No, like pop-ups now. What is the status? Failed. Gosh darn it, just work, please. Please, just work. I just want this to work. I don't... This is why Bazite's kind of sucky, because it's like, oh, you want to run services that are on the root system? Never. You can't do it. Like, just run my service. I did this in all the other Linux systems. I know this is a dumbed down version, but like, I have password. I'm entering password. Just do it. Ugh. It does have a check file permission. Do I need to check file permission just in case? Maybe we should do that really quick. Because we are in that directory. So change mod plus X and then local / global redirect. Maybe that might have been it. I don't know. Maybe it just is not running it quite right. Should I run again? System. What's this? What's the enable thing? It wants me to do enable. Then let's run it. Then let's check the status. Failed. Failed yet again. This is so annoying. We checked that root is there. What is my thing? Target network.target. Restart always. User is root and stuff. Pretty sure I have it set up correctly. Does anybody in chat know how to frickin' get things to run on startup and services and stuff in system control? I feel like this should just work, but it doesn't. Heck, I even have another service called system control grep alias. I have this aliases service, and that one's failing too. Load failed, run alias command via, yeah. So like that one's failing too. So system and control dash, or wait, is it journal? I know, we want to look the thing. Or journal control dash u and then aliases dot service. Yeah, like this one's failing. No such file or directory. This one's failing because of a different reason. All right, well, I could actually maybe fix this one. So what this is I have a file on my computer. Let me pull it up. Where's my file? If I go to home, where is my file? One second, let me like nano that. Oh, whoops. Frick. Where'd the nano go? Frick. What is the path of this thing? It's like system. Wait, system D, system slash, and then alias dot service. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, I'm trying to source that file right there, but it don't work. Also, why? When I want to view stuff, I want it to like actually view stuff, aka every single file, even the hidden ones. Yeah, boom. I have a bash aliases file. These are my aliases. I want those to work, but it's not working. I think I have a slash aliases. Yeah, it's this one. See? I have the aliases right here. This is theoretically where it should be. Maybe I need to just... There. And let's try this with like omit or root. If I did it as root, does that apply to the non-root terminal? I don't know. Let's give it a try. Why not, huh? All right, so we're going to let's try this service now and see if this one works. So this one's super simple. This one just runs. It should just run and it does stuff. It literally is just this command, source, blah, blah, blah. That's basically all this command is. So system control start, or actually when you do system, isn't it like reload or something like that? Frick. Oh, what is it? System daemon reload, yeah. Daemon. Reload. Whoops. And then sudo. I'm gonna try this enable thing again just in case. I don't know what it exactly does. I probably should just figure out what it actually does. Why does enable? What does enable actually do? Anybody know? Anybody wanna educate me? I'm not a proud, or I am a very humble person. I understand what I don't understand. Wait, I am willing to say what I don't understand. I guess that's more of the phrasing I should do. System enable aliases. Wait, what's the name of this? Aliases? Is it not gonna recognize it? No, it did. Okay, cool. And then system start. All right. Unable to locate such file or directory. Oh, wait. We got a different issue. Failed to start aliases, run alias command via source script. Wait, what? Main process exited. Wait a minute. Wait, what? No, we're looking at the top here. No such file or directory. I gave it literally the exact directory that's supposed to. I don't get. I'm confused. Why are you not just adding the aliases to your .basic or? That is a very smart thing to do, my good sir, Max Pixel. This is also a good exercise though for me to like learn how to get system control stuff to work, because apparently it's not working. It's just not working. I need to figure out what's going on. Like what's the symbolic links that's making to make it work? I don't know. But you have a very, very good point. Let's do that. Sudo nano is that actually like a 1 second. Where am I? All right, so I'm here. You know what? Fine. We're gonna find it in the GUI. We're finding it in the GUI, guys. I'm just lame like that. So you're basically saying, or where is that file located? The .bashrc. Is it bashrc? Yeah, .bashrc file. Isn't that like in list? Oh, wait, what? Yeah, I like A to L. I like that view a little bit more when I do it, but yeah, it's a little too long for me to. Yeah, so I got dot. Oh, these are my files that I created. Oh, why did I have 2 files here? Wait, what? Alias isn't in this? What is this file? I have no idea what that file is. Is that a needed file, or is this just me messing up one time when I was trying to vim it and it just I created it? I have no idea. I do know this Docker thing don't work. Oh, there's the bash RC file. Huh. I knew it was somewhere in the home directory. I just needed to find it. If blah blah blah, then blah blah blah. If blah blah blah, then blah blah blah. Is the bash RC file like this is just export? So I can just run basic commands in here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is I can just run basic commands. This isn't like any kind of formatting of any kind. So yeah, why don't we grab aliases. Yeah, let's grab all these things, eh? Actually, I don't need this create environment because apparently Badzite doesn't do the same thing that Linux does, where you need to create an environment and install everything on that environment. It actually just has Python and you can run it as is, which is really helpful. I actually do love that a lot. So yeah, let's do this. I don't have that many commands here. Also, I don't even need this command either. There's a few things I don't even need. Oh. Actually, no, this is fine. This is fine. We're good. We're good. I know it's like very elementary, but like I'm basic, dude. I'm basic, all right? It's fine. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna adjust this to the .bash rc file. That way I can, or maybe I'll just do nano it. Sudo nano. Yeah. So when I type in aliases, I can actually edit that file itself and run it. Speaking of, can I throw my other scripts in here? If I could throw my other scripts in here, then I could just run it through this way. But I still want to figure out how to get system control to work. Because if I want to make a bunch of services, you don't want to just add everything to this bash rc file. No need to do sudo, as this is your own home directory. See, this is why this is why I live stream. I live stream so I have people like you to come in and help me to solve issues. Because it helps everything. It's awesome. All right, let me add these ones over here too. And we don't need the other ones because we don't need this in Linux anymore. All right, cool. Yeah. So let's Control S that. Can I just source bash or can I do that? Yes! I have my commands. I can do root and it takes me to root. Oh, that's so helpful. I don't know why those aren't already alias commands, but it works. It feels good. Thank you so much there, Max, for saving my hide and as far as trying to get at least my aliases that I like to work. So that's kind of nice. Next issue though, we still have to go back and see how we figure out how to like get our Flask script to like actually run on the back end or something like that. Okay, how do you delete a system or system control, what? Control delete? Can you delete a service? I don't, wait, how does, or no, I think you would just delete the file of it, right? Yeah, let's like go back and delete it so we don't have a bunch of failing old crappy services that we don't need. My wife is trying to call me, so I might need to actually end this live stream. I might create a new live stream later, but my wife is trying to call me, and this is important stuff because my wife is important. So yeah, we're gonna end the live stream very suddenly.